Fuck yeah, Jarrell.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Roll Game. And my guy, Jarrell, on the show this morning. I am so hyped for another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake with the co-host and the king of the High Bud Tenders podcast. One of the most legendary bud tenders in Las Vegas City history.
You,
Yo, I'm so fucking pumped to be part of Planet Squad with you.
Yeah, man. First of all, let me say thanks for having me back. Couldn't wait to hop back on the Wake and Bake with you, bro.
Yo, it's my pleasure, honestly.
And like you said, welcome to the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the
fucking
family.
right.
Man. Hell yeah, my man Bud Tender now.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at Medicine, the Planet 13. What would you call it? Like the little sister dispensary?
I guess you can say like the little big sister because they came first. It was Medicine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
the little big sister.
Yeah.
The one that's not quite as famous, but still older.
Yeah, it's still holding it down for sure.
Yeah, yo, and honestly, it's such a vibe. Like we have such a great team, and it's one of the top 5 cannabis companies in the world per the finances, on the books.
Yeah, they're doing a damn thing, man. So you're a new bud tender.
Brand new.
Yeah, and before we get into your question, I just wanted to ask you, how was it for you, bud tending?
Yo, bud tending's a dream come true, for sure. So I mean, I like to say I have 2 big loves in this world. Like, I love 2 things completely. One is pot, obviously. I love cannabis. But the second is just people. You know, I realized at some point that, like, you know, what other people think, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You gotta love people and you gotta spread love. But if you use the opportunities that you have to spread love and some weed while you're at it,
it's the best.
It's literally kind of a dream job for me. Sometimes it's surreal. Like, shit, I'm selling weed professionally.
And getting a paycheck for it.
Yeah, and getting a paycheck for it.
Hell yeah, good for you, man.
Yo, so Jarrell is the sales floor manager.
Yes, sir.
For the largest dispensary in the world.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you got a bunch of babies like me running around the shop. Like, you're the leader of the bud tenders, correct?
Yeah, I just make sure they're well prepared. I try to set them up for success and just be there for them, you know, whatever they need. I'm not gonna lie, like my crew is about like 10 to 12 people. They make my job easy as hell, bro. Like they're the best, super self-sufficient. So yeah, they make my job as a manager super easy. Shout out to those bud tenders.
So like you said, 10 to 12
on my shift.
But that's still like actually a ton. Like there's only 5 people in my whole shop.
I got to time up.
Yeah. Like that's insane. And you're managing these like 10 to 12 bud tenders, and yeah, I mean Planet hires great people. Yep. So yeah, shout out your bud tenders, but what's the vibe with them? Are they energetic? Is it
I mean, when it's 12 people, you're gonna have a little bit of everything. So I got the
all
bud
the
tenders
flavors.
that's loud as hell, energetic. You know what I'm saying? Dancing, singing all the time. And I got the bud tenders where if you won't talk to them, you won't even know they're there. They're so quiet. So it's a little bit of everything, and I love it, man. I'm able to vibe with everybody. I feed off their energy, they feed off my energy, and it's always good vibes.
No doubt.
Hell yeah.
No doubt. Your energy is great to feed off of, too. I mean, they got a kick-ass boss. If I was one of those 12, man, oh.
You know what? I have to agree with you, bro.
Yeah. Yo, I'm spitting facts, you know. They're just straight facts. But, yo, and also the co-host of the High Bud Tenders podcast. If you don't watch the High Bud Tenders podcast, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Cause lots of times I claim on the show, you guys know Roll Gangsters, the High Bud Tenders is like the parent podcast of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I really, like, you two are such role models, both in the industry, but in content creation. And you guys just dropped an episode, huh?
Yeah, we dropped a new episode. You can check that out today on Spotify, wherever you
get your podcasts.
But it was with the homie Chef Dante. He's doing his thing out here. Look him up. He's doing great things. But yeah, like I know we talk about it all the time, but me and Rocky, we started off as budtenders. So like that's where our passion is. That's why we started the podcast, because we wanted to give budtenders a voice, because we know how big of a role they play in the industry. So yeah, like I love having budtenders on. I love just sitting down talking to them. We also do a budtender of the month feature in the Vegas Cannabis magazine.
Fuck yeah!
Every opportunity we get to shout out budtenders, we doing that, man.
Yeah, damn straight. Because honestly, it is kind of like the lost. It's the most important role in the industry. Like, it really is. And I know that's like saying a lot, because there's a lot, like, managers, owners. It's all important. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. The cultivator, for sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the people that's connecting the consumer with the product.
Like they're making this shit happen. So without the budtenders, this industry is going nowhere. So everybody out there, take care of your budtenders.
Yeah. Take care of your budtenders. Listen to the boy Jarrell. So excited to get on into the, we're going to do a little budtending summit. We're going to chop it up about the high budtenders. You got it on this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. But I'm going to roll one quick little joint while I hit the ad reads. First and foremost, Oaksterdam University is the place to go to study about cannabis. If you are trying to learn how to home grow or start your own cannabis business, Oaksterdam University is the Harvard of this budding industry. So use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your tuition at Oaksterdam and go study about this amazing plant. And speaking of the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, I'm about to use this sexy high budtender spoon to roll up a quick joint here on the show. It's my favorite artwork on the spoons, but Cannabis Multi-Tool, holding it down, rolling a dime every single time. And last but certainly not least on this episode, the parent of the Weekday Wake and Bake podcast, the High Budtenders. Like, I just copied their vibe, Roll Gang. Like, if you like this show and you haven't seen the High Budtenders, it's literally an easy slam dunk. I copy their energy and vibe, and it's a copycat league. You gotta copy the best at what you do, and Rocky and Jarrell are the best at what they do here in Las Vegas, the High Budtenders podcast. But yeah, so can you real quick tell me about Rocky and you, the birth of the High Budtenders? Like, what's the mission statement? Well, to take care of the budtenders, give them a voice. Absolutely. For sure. But like, your end of it.
It started about 2.5 years ago. We got together and decided, hey, we want to do a podcast and just highlight budtenders in the industry. If they got some kind of side hustle going on, because so many people in this industry, especially budtenders, they have like other talents. So we wanted to highlight that as well. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to highlight that as well. And just have a forum where we can just chill and talk about, whatever industry shit. So we did that, and we got hella support. We started to grow. We started to have different brands on. So many different brands throughout Nevada. We started talking to budtenders from different states. Like all kind of different people throughout the industry. And so we just kind of made it our mission to bridge that gap between brands, so they can come on and talk about their products, because sometimes they don't always get that one-on-one with the budtenders, or they don't get an opportunity to go into dispensaries and give that education or that training.
Absolutely.
So we gave them a platform to do that. Small businesses, give them an opportunity to come on, promote their products. We just became that industry voice. That's our mission. Just become the voice of the industry.
It's like the importance. There's no way you could fully grasp it. Like you're like viewing your project internally, but I can tell you like what it did for me and my confidence and my brand. Just it's honestly magic what you guys do. It can't be overstated. You guys are giving people a much needed voice in this brand new industry. Like nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying to just guide people a little bit, help people out as much as we can. Like we help people, they help us. That's what it's all about because we're I guess you can consider us a small business.
Yeah, literally.
We have a small team. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to Linda, Chantel, everybody that's behind the scenes.
Yo, so Rocky and Linda holding it down.
My goodness, they do so much. Oh my God. But yeah, we're all about just finding people we can help. In turn, they help us, and it's just like one big community. That's what it is in this Nevada cannabis industry.
It literally is. Such community vibes. Get connected on the High Bud Tenders podcast. It's an absolute must-see. And one last thing before we get on into the Bud Tending Summit. Super excited. But a little birdie told me to ask you about stealing candy from the hut in Planet. Yo.
First of all, people talk too much. I know who that is, but nah. If anybody worked with me at Planet, they know I got a sweet tooth. I'm always eating candy. So if I see candy, I'm gonna take candy. That's just my rule. It is what it is.
Fuck yeah.
Everybody knows they know what it is. People hand me candy all the time because they know I got a sweet tooth. But if I see candy, I'm gonna take candy.
So it was like uninfused samples?
Yeah, that's what it is. People the vendors come and leave their uninfused samples so people can try it. So if I see it, I'm gonna eat it. That's what it is. Yeah.
If you see it, he's gonna eat it. Yo, I love that. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Vince over at the shop and Jarrell's guy. I mean,
I fuck with Vince. That's my guy.
Another Planet OG for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all have been so you were at Planet since
day one.
Since day one of the shop.
Yes, I guess you can consider me an OG. I've been there. I've seen all the changes happen. It's been a good run.
Yeah. Honestly, it is a legendary spot.
It is.
And what a perfect match for you, Like, I honestly don't know if I could see it you have too elite of a mindset and calculated nature. You're perfect for the big league. And honestly, that's exactly what it is. Working for Planet is actually like the professional, big league cannabis dispensary. There are people from around the world every day, right?
I mean, I think working in the industry, period, is a blessing and a privilege. But to be doing it at the largest dispensary in the world where everybody's coming just to see it, even if they don't consume, they just I want to see what it's about. That's on a whole other level. So, I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted at all. Every day I wake up, I say, man, this shit could be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Look what I'm doing. So, I don't take it for granted at all, man, for sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty good motivational Monday quote from Jarrell. Yo, that you can't lose you gotta love what you do, but it's harder for some than others, and we both know that it's a major grind to get to that spot, where you can pick your shot like that. What was how did you get into Planet? You said you actually interviewed at my workplace over at Medicine.
Well, they had it was before Planet started. It was before they opened.
Yeah.
I was just applying to different dispensaries, and they hit me up, and my interview was at Medicine, but they told me, hey, we're going to open up this store, so you'll be working there. So, and that's how it was. I killed the interview. I knew what I was talking about when I went. I knew about terpenes and everything, so that really impressed them. So, I just went in prepared, and it was an easy one. Yeah.
Match made in heaven. Sometimes fate just takes over. You know, that's one of those days. I mean,
The crazy thing is, like, I had no idea what Planet 13 was. Like, I just knew about medicine, like, where I interviewed at. So when I actually went and saw it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, this is where I'm gonna be working? Like, this shit blew my mind, bro.
Yo, facts, though.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Like, I didn't know what it was. So, yeah, that shit blew my mind.
Truly, it kind of does that to, like you said, people that don't even consume will go and be like, what the fuck? This place is a mall. It's literally a cannabis mall. And you started at the same position at Planet 13 that I'm in at medicine. You know? Bud tending.
2 years strong, bro.
2 years.
2 years, yeah. And I loved every minute of it.
Yo.
Yeah, like, just to be able to talk to different people from all around the world. And not just talk to them, but sell them weed. Like, that was the best right there.
Yeah. Yo, did you have a favorite like, what were you selling mostly? You know, was it flower or, cause like it wasn't as developed an industry. Planet had just opened, like, there's been so much development.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, so you gotta remember, like, we get a whole lot of tourists. Like, we're right by the strip, so we get a lot of tourists. So they come in, they want something quick. Pre-roll, fake or something like that.
Disposable.
Yeah, so that's what we sell a lot of. But it's just I go with the flow. You know, my favorite saying is, "How do you want to feel, and how do you want to get there? Like,
how do you want to feel?"
That was my shit. You know, like, how do you want to feel?
Yo, notes. I need to take it. That is so good. It's so simple, but that's like the essence of. Everybody's coming in because they want to feel some type of way.
How do you want to feel?
How do you want to feel?
And how do you want to get there? Do you want to smoke it, eat it, drink it, vape it, rub it on, like, you know?
Yo, that's a little hack.
Like, those two questions are kind of solve everything.
Yo, that's kind of how do you want to feel, and how do you want to get there? I'm totally gonna use that, Jarrell. That's why I was so pumped to have you on the Bud Tending Summit. I wanted to call it. Yeah. I wanted to pick your brain about all of your taglines and stuff.
Yeah, it's super simple, and that's why, like, I really don't like to use the indica sativa hybrid labels, because
agreed.
They don't always, you know, do those things.
Rarely.
Yeah, so I just tell people, hey, how do you want to feel? All right, I got something that's going to make you feel like this, or it should make you feel like this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, yeah, so I go that way. How do you want to feel? I don't like to say, do you like to smoke indica sativa or hybrid?
And honestly, like, the fact that you, like, there's so much strategy involved. Like, everything is like chess if you get deep enough into it. But being the person that connects the people to the weed, we're kind of like the placebo artists. Because I'm going to be real with you. I don't know if you can relate, but we kind of smoke weed, and it's kind of like normal now.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of feels normal. So if we can convince someone that it's the right product, it gives them comfort.
Exactly.
And then the comfort,
especially if it's their first time, or they're new to it, or if they say, yeah, I tried it a long time ago, I don't like it, but I'll give it another try.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I'm like, I don't want to fuck that up. So let me make sure I get you the right product, and I'll make sure I can get that effect to as close as possible as you want.
Yeah, no doubt. That is so cool. So you get like how do you handle that? You get a novice user that comes in and is like, I'm not normally a cannabis consumer.
Yeah.
I have tried it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I want to try it again.
Yeah, that's when I start asking questions. I feel like that's when the bud tender should ask more questions than the customer. You know, like how do you want to feel? What do you feel comfortable doing? Do you feel comfortable like smoking a joint, eating an edible, vape? You know, like what do you want to do?
Start asking more.
Like, yeah, what are you going to be doing when you're smoking? Where are you going to be smoking? What you going to do after? What activities are you going to be doing? So like, you just want to make sure you get them like the right thing. So yeah, like I ask a lot of questions in that situation.
I love that, actually. You have to build a picture in your own head of what they're picturing.
Yeah.
Try to like synchronize with them.
Yeah.
Because it is hard.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
Like,
so-
I've had a couple customers like that, and like, I don't know, if you go into a sesh thinking you're gonna get anxious or thinking you're gonna have an episode, there's odds that you will.
You will, exactly. So you want to make sure they're comfortable. Like, you know, if they're not smoking, like you said, if they're a novice, they don't need a 30% garlic cookies.
Fact,
You
yo,
know what I mean?
fact.
So
They don't need the 30% garlic
They don't
cookie.
need the 30% garlic cookies. You can give them something, you know, a little lower. So
Maybe even a 1-to-1
exactly.
if they're really new.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you just gotta ask questions, make sure you make them comfortable in their decision.
Yo, I love that. That's a key piece of strategy. The industry is such a baby. There are going to be so many people that haven't consumed cannabis, and being able to lead them in the right direction is going to be essential to the popularization and normalization of this amazing plant. Like, and that kind of leads me into the next question. So bud tending is kind of like the connection between people and the plant,
Yep.
if you will.
Absolutely.
What is the essence of your philosophy when it comes to that? Like, what is your main mission when someone walks in? Is it to comfort them, or is it to is there how do you mix in selling, upselling, and you know what verbiage? It's very like philosophical job.
I mean, first of all, I go into like any, I guess, like transaction, if you want to say, with the mindset, give the people what they want. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna have to give them what they want.
Get them what they want.
Give the people what they want. Like, ask questions, figure out what they want, and give them the best product available. Like, start from the top. Look, this is the very best. You want to feel this way, this product right here is going to get you there the fastest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if it's too much, here, let me show you this over here. So, yeah, I always, like, I don't try to give somebody something that they won't need or that's not going to be useful to them. So I just give the people what they want, what they need, and that's it. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, like, I'm not a salesman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to consider myself a salesman. I'm just here to give the people what they want.
Yo,
and
that's
what they need.
and that's honestly that's really good to hear, because Medicine does do incentives.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's cool. But for me, like, I'm here to give people like their medicine, or you know, like their, like, whatever it is for them. So if the incentives falls in line with that, then hell yeah. But everybody got their own hustle, and I'm not mad at it. I don't knock anybody's hustle.
Yeah, I agree. But I think our hustle aligns in that we're really just driven by the people,
Yeah.
and making sure that they're straight when they leave the building, because yeah, you're right. You don't want a novice walking out with no garlic cookies. I don't care what the incentives like. Yeah, I mean, we're not really salesmen. We're the henchmen for the
healers, not dealers.
healers, not dealers. Fucking right, yo. I love that. And sometimes people get that mixed up though, and they'll walk into the dispensary with like a hot head, or they've waited for a while, or they've been skipped in line. I mean, I'm not even gonna ask. I know you've had hundreds of those interactions.
Absolutely.
That is sometimes my most difficult moment as it stands right now. I struggle with dealing with people that aren't necessarily
nice.
Excited to be there.
Or excited. Yeah, I feel you. First, like, I just don't take it personal. I always tell myself they're just mad at the situation, and they're not mad at me. And yeah, that's just how I approach it. Like, they just, if they're gonna be mad, they're gonna be mad. I still try to offer the best customer service I can. You know, like, I'm gonna approach you with a smile on my face because I'm talking to you about weed. Like,
yo,
you know, like,
I love that.
Yeah, like,
smile through.
Yeah. You know, like, I'm a jokester. I crack a lot of jokes. People at work tell you that. So I always try to hit the customers with a joke to soften them up. You know, some kind of way. So
A little friendly banter.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. Like, you know what? I mean, I made a horrible mistake in my first one, and I think I said, like, can we cool it a little? Or something. Yeah, dude asked for a different bud tender. But
yeah,
like,
I mean, it happens. You live and you learn, man. Nobody's perfect.
yeah, I learned a lot in that one. I haven't since, but like, shit, it's kind of like, it's tough. I think a great essence of what you said was like, don't take it too personal.
You can't take it personal. Yeah, you can't take it personal.
Yeah, because I think I did a little. Like, I think I got a little, you know, like sad, like hurt.
Yeah, but you think it's your fault? Like, you let him, nah, bro.
We have no idea what happened before they came in.
Exactly.
Yo.
So you can't take it personal at all.
Yeah. Do you have any like advice? Like, what is your main piece of advice to a brand new bud tender working in a shop that you know very, very well? And the products. You know all the products. That's kind of quick rips territory. But.
That's funny that you said that, because I was going to say just get familiar with the products, because there's nothing worse than when we've all been consumers. We've all walked into a dispensary and you start asking questions and you can tell, like, man, this motherfucker don't know what he's talking about.
Oh.
You know? Or like that's just
I
like, I hate that feeling. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Man, just get familiar with the products. You know what you're selling, know how to sell it. You know, like study, do what you got to do, but get familiar with the products.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trapping. Yeah. Any joint? You're good?
Yeah,
all right, my man.
My job.
No, I feel you. I'm getting ripped. I have to let it go out probably. But do you have any, before we get on into the quick rips?
Yep.
Did we do quick rips last time?
We did.
Fuck yeah! I gotta put you through one more gauntlet for sure before we exit. But a huge thing is like taglines. You know what I mean? Did you say anything when during the exit or whenever people entered? Like, did you call people homie or friend?
Nah. Like I played every situation different. I didn't have any like set taglines. I know a lot of people that did have some good ones. I remember one, like, shout out to the homegirl Mercedes. She used to always say, "Stay high, stay healthy." Like, stay high, stay healthy. And I used to love it. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have came up with that. Yeah. Because I can't steal somebody's, but
shout out Mercedes.
Shout out to the homegirl Mercedes.
Stay high, stay healthy. That's a good one. We need our own.
I didn't have one. I didn't have any like special taglines. But like every customer that came up, I would try to say something like, "Okay, I like your shoes," or like something genuine. I wouldn't make it up, or just something like crazy. But I just try to make some kind of personal connection, like soften them up a little bit, make them feel a little comfortable.
I love that. Yeah. Just a little compliment, you know, just to start it off on the right foot. Like you go first.
Yeah, because you got to remember, like where we're at, we see a lot of different people.
All types.
Every day is somebody different. Every transaction is somebody different from a different part of the world. So, it's a different vibe for everybody. You got to play different.
That's honestly such a good philosophy. I can't even tell you. You kind of, like, you have the most advanced, like, that's basically the pinnacle of a bud tender, is what we've been talking about. Like, being adaptable, staying calm and in the pocket is, like, kind of the name of your game.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Like, that's what I'll definitely take most, is, like, don't take things personal. Like, care a lot, but be carefree in a balance.
Yeah. I always tell people, you have to have a certain level of, I don't give a fuck. You know, you have to have a little bit of that in you.
You do. So, you have to have a certain level of I don't give a fuck. And I think that translates to any job.
Absolutely.
Like, to life in general, honestly.
You have to have a little bit of it.
Yeah. And no doubt, Jarrell, like, honestly, you clearly just climbing this ladder. Like, if I can take bud tending advice from anyone, you're the first one I went to. And honestly, it's not just because we work in the same company, but definitely one of my biggest role models, and someone that literally definitely boosted my respect when I started to work for Planet, because I'm like, yo, yeah, Jarrell's the homie. And everybody in Planet fucks with you. More people than you know.
Because I fuck with everybody, man. Like, I fuck with everybody.
Yo, it's so humbling to have you on the show. A true famous figure here.
I don't know. I wouldn't say famous.
Well, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of people that are in absolute, like, you know, watch the High Bud Tenders and saw our episode and, you know, listened to it. But yeah, just such a pleasure to wake and bake and sesh with you.
It's been a pleasure sitting with you. You're a real one, man.
Yo.
You're my boy.
2 real ones on the wake and bake, getting blazed. And we're about to put Jarrell through one more quick ringer here before we get off the show. We got the quick rip segment.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. 5 rapid fire questions with Jarrell of the High Bud Tenders podcast. Go listen to the latest episode.
Yes.
We got
Chef Dante.
Chef Dante.
Yes, he's doing big things out here. Go check him out. Please do.
Please. It's honestly, it's a fucking fun listen.
Yes.
Smoke some weed and listen to High Bud Tenders.
He tells good stories, I promise you.
Fuck yeah, I'm pumped to listen to it. It came out today.
Yeah, yes. It's out
Yeah.
today.
I didn't even get to listen to it yet. But
you got it.
all right, question 1 for Jarrell on the quick rips. Let's go, homie. All right, your favorite medicine stream. Hard hitter.
Fuck. Mango Kush.
Mango Kush. Yo, it's pumping that 10 Merc right now.
Man,
fresh batch.
It, when it's right, it's right.
It smacks.
Yes.
Resinous as fuck.
Yes.
All right, 2, your favorite consumption method.
Smoking a blunt.
A blunt?
Yes.
What's your favorite like blunt wrap? I knew that.
My go-to is Dutchess.
Dutchess.
Yes.
Yo, that was a bonus question. I'm sorry.
No worries. I love it.
3, what is your favorite cannabinoid other than THC?
CBN.
CBN. Yeah. Helps a little sleep.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Put me right out.
Yeah. Put you out and stay out. CBN. Your favorite munchie?
Funyuns.
Funyuns! Hey, that's the classic. Let's go. All right, last but certainly not least, if you were a weed strain, what would you be? And if not, maybe not even a strain, but like a sativa indica mix. I'd like to know what you think your sativa indica mix is.
Yeah, it'd definitely be more indica dominant for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking like chill OG.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, chill OG.
I don't know, but yeah, definitely indica.
Superman's father, OG.
Hell yeah.
Yo, that is absolutely a granddaddy perp cross all day long. Oh, yo, the most decadent of dudes. I absolutely, I idolize the High Bud Tenders podcast.
Appreciate you.
100% would not have done this project right here without it. You and Rocky are the best, but so fucking pumped to be working with you at Planet Squad. And we're going to run this back, right?
Absolutely, man.
Fuck yeah, homie.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Let's go. Jarrell, on the Wake and Bake, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Yo, major shout out. Give a @Supermans_father on Instagram. And
appreciate you.
yeah, @High Bud Tenders podcast. That's the spot.
Yes.
Yeah, the place to go to, listen, walk, and smoke sometime. That's what I do with the show. But, yo, my man.
I appreciate you, man.
Hell yeah. Have a great one, Roll Gang.